Oh. I just accidentally exposed my second sheet of Ektar. Enough is enough, guys. Today is large format day. I've been putting this off for ages, and it's about time I got outside, stopped making excuses, and used this beautiful camera. See, I've been saying it's too windy, the weather's not right, I haven't found the right composition, I haven't got enough time to concentrate. I think the truth is, the reason I've had this camera for probably about 6 weeks now and not used it, honestly, is because I'm just terrified I'll mess it up. But it's a learning curve, and to make mistakes and mess up is actually okay. I think the important thing is just to crack on, get out and use it. So this is really quite a straightforward plan that I have. The weather today looks rubbish. So what I'm gonna do is go out to my location this evening, see if I can find a composition for tomorrow morning. Once I've found that composition, I'm then gonna sleep on location. I'll take my tent and shoot the photograph tomorrow morning. I've got one lens and I only want one image. So this should be really, really straightforward. For those of you interested, my lens is a Nikon 180mm lens, which in 35mm or full frame equivalent is about 60mm. So this should be very simple, very straightforward. One lens, one location, one image, a tent, and a little bit of time in the outdoors. Really looking forward to this.
It was always on fire, our house, our dreams. We were dancing on a wire, reckless it seemed. We found holes in these walls, we like what we saw.
It's raining. Chucking it down, but yeah, like I say, tomorrow should be clear. So I've got about an hour or so until sunset. First things first, explore, see if we can find some compositions. You might be wondering why I'm running around this hill like an idiot with no camera bag. Well, as I'm sure most of you are aware, with large format film photography, it's not the same as digital in terms of pulling your camera out and taking a shot if something happens. That's one of the best things about digital, is the spontaneity and the ability to react. Now, of course, you can still do that with film, but I can't because it's all new to me. So what I'm doing instead is I'm using this time to really scout the area out and find compositions. Now, I've only got one lens with me, and that one lens is a 180mm or the equivalent of 60mm. And I have a very handy app on my phone that gives me the equivalent viewfinder, the equivalent field of view, if you will. So I can actually use my phone to compose potential images to see how they look and see if they're going to work. And right here we have our first image that will hopefully work a charm in the morning. But what I'm hoping for, what I'm really hoping for, is that in the morning the sun is going to rise in that direction. I'm hoping in the morning that this lovely golden light of the early morning is going to flood this valley here and the mountains in the background. That's what I'm hoping for. And if I'm extra lucky, there'll still be a bit of this weather hanging around, maybe in the valleys, maybe above the mountains, so we might get a bit of sky, I don't know. So fingers crossed, but the truth is, who knows, anything could happen. And that is the joy of landscape photography. Okay. Just woken up and crawled out of my tent, and I have to say this morning I'm a bit disappointed because we just have a blanket of grey skies, which is a shame because I checked at least 3 different websites yesterday. All of them indicated towards bright sunshine, excellent clarity with miles upon miles of visibility. And that's just not the case. But you know, that happens, that's life. So things might change. I'm gonna stick around, probably walk up the hill behind me, get a better view east and see if there are breaks in the cloud. But I'm still optimistic, and if the light doesn't come, then that's not a problem. We'll just look for the more intimate landscape. Can't. It's a bit embarrassing this. Can't find the on button. There's no on switch. The touchscreen doesn't seem to be working. Can't. Sorry. Ah, sorry, my mistake. My mistake. Oh, I've left the lens cap on. Take the lens cap off. There we go. There. Oh, a remote control in here somewhere. It's obviously got Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or something. I've got this remote control. Maybe I just. I stood and waited on the fell for a couple of hours. It was cold, it was grey, and the light was never going to materialise. So I decided to pack up and head to a nearby quarry in search of a more detailed, intimate landscape. Sadly, by the time I got down to the quarry, I'd lost all inspiration, and for the life of me could not find an image worth exposing. So I decided to give up, head home, and try again another day. Finally found a large format composition, actually after I stopped searching. I don't know if that's a coincidence or what. So what really caught my eye with this composition was just the lovely contrast between these reeds backlit by the sun and the dark background which is in deep shadow. It's just a lovely simple composition. Right, film talk. Basically, I've only got 8 sheets of film with me, 4 Velvia 100, 4 Ektar 100. And I've never used any of them, so I don't know the difference. Basically, my plan is to expose this scene twice using each film. So 2 shots with Ektar, 2 shots with Velvia, and we'll see. Oh no, here comes the cloud. Oh, this is a disaster. And we'll see which one I like the best. Dark slide is being removed. Shelter the lens from the sun. Hopefully my hand isn't in shot. This is it, first ever large format film exposure. And that's it. That is it. Oh. I just accidentally exposed my second sheet of Ektar. So I have really mixed feelings about how this morning has gone. On one hand, I'm really ecstatic that I finally exposed some film. But on the other hand, the whole thing just feels like a blur. There was one misfire, that's to be expected. and then I wasn't convinced of my composition after the first couple of sheets of film, so I moved slightly, which then cast some doubt on my mind. I think the first sheet of Velvia, I was unsure about the focusing and perhaps there was too much tilt on the lens, so I changed it again. Hello Ozzy. And I mean, I've also got mixed feelings about this headband. I'm just not sure what's going on, guys. And what's funny is you've all seen the image in this video, you've seen it, whereas I haven't seen it. I'm convinced, I'm like 85% sure that none of those images will be any good at all. I've no way of knowing. I've mixed feelings about this video. Not enough attention was paid to video because I was concentrating so much on the large format. So again, guys, I am all over the place right now. But I'm hoping this video will all come together in the edit suite. I'm hoping I'll send the film off to be developed and there'll be at least one good exposure and we'll learn from it and move forward. But as it stands, I don't know what the hell's going on right now. I haven't got a clue. I suppose it's the joy. If you want to see my reaction when I see the developed film for the first time, tune in a few days because I'll do a film reveal. That's what all the good guys do. They film themselves viewing the exposed sheets of film for the first time, so you get their honest reaction, and that's really interesting because on my normal photography vlogs I see the back of the screen and then I react to it there and then, but I can't do that with film, so you'll have to tune in for the film reveal. So but yeah, a new adventure begins. The weather's rubbish today, but tomorrow's forecast to be much in better, so I'm gonna much in better. What?